20 celebrities who really are big jerks. So, prepare to have your Hollywood dreams shattered. You won't believe which of your favorite stars have a dark side that's as far from glamorous as it gets. From shocking outbursts to downright disrespectful behavior, these 20 celebrities have been labeled as big jerks behind the scenes. Get ready for some juicy gossip that will have you questioning if you've been rooting for the wrong team all along. Stick around to find out who made the list and let the drama unfold. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey, once a symbol of empowerment and hope, has experienced a series of setbacks that have impacted her image. In an interview from 2003 with Dolly Parton, a country music icon, Winfrey was criticized for her probing questions about Parton's plastic surgery, with viewers accusing her of trying to make Parton feel ashamed. Oprah looked so salty when she couldn't get her to react how she wanted, noted a viewer. In 2020, Winfrey was also criticized for her decision to step back from a documentary on the alleged sexual misconduct of Russell Simmons, leading to speculation that she had been silenced by him, a claim she denies. Taraji P. Henson, who starred in Winfrey's co-produced film The Color Purple, alleged that the unequal pay she received almost led her to walk away from the project. Furthermore, Rose McGowan, an actress, criticized Winfrey for her relationship with the disgraced producer Harvey Weinstein, tweeting, "You knew about his crimes and did nothing." These incidents have raised doubts about Winfrey's moral integrity and her commitment to the causes she publicly supports. As one Twitter user commented, "I feel like Oprah wanted her to be embarrassed, but Miss Dolly said nope." Edward Norton. Edward Norton has earned a name for himself as a challenging and domineering actor, frequently butting heads with directors and producers. Renowned for his relentless pursuit of perfection, Norton has gained a reputation for interfering in the creative process and undermining the authority of those leading a project. A prominent instance of Norton's interference took place during the production of The Italian Job, where he was said to have had a run-in with director F. Gary Gray. It was said that Norton turned down a gift from Gray at the conclusion of filming, coldly stating, "I don't want that, I don't even like you." Such confrontational conduct has become characteristic of Norton's interactions on set. Norton's on-set reputation as a jerk also includes his role in the making of American History X. The film's original director, Tony Kaye, was incensed by Norton's takeover of the editing process, which led to substantial changes to the film without Kaye's approval. Kaye believed that Norton's edits shifted the film's focus towards a character study, deviating from his original intention of a wider examination of white supremacy. This divergence in creative direction sparked a protracted and acrimonious dispute between director and actor. Norton's conduct while portraying the Hulk in The Incredible Hulk played a role in Marvel's choice not to re-engage him for The Avengers. It is believed that Norton's demand for creative control over his character and the film's direction created friction with the studio. His refusal to make concessions or align with the overarching vision of the Marvel Cinematic Universe resulted in his being supplanted by Mark Ruffalo. Although Norton's acting prowess is unquestionable, his label as a prickly perfectionist has likely impacted his reputation within the industry. Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres has encountered considerable criticism in recent years, with claims that her on-screen image as warm-hearted and empathetic does not align with her off-screen behavior. A notable event that led to public outrage occurred in 2019 when DeGeneres was seen laughing and conversing with former President George W. Bush, known for his stance against same-sex marriage, during a Dallas Cowboys game. The public questioned, why is a gay Hollywood liberal sitting next to a conservative Republican president? DeGeneres attempted to clarify her position, but many believed her association with Bush conflicted with her purported beliefs. The scrutiny of DeGeneres escalated in 2020 when employees, both past and present, from her enduring talk show, came forward with accusations that she oversaw a poisonous work environment. Allegations of racism, sexual misconduct, and bullying by executive producers surfaced, which were in direct conflict with DeGeneres' Be Kind philosophy. She acknowledged, "The Be Kind girl wasn't kind." Some staff members asserted that they experienced repercussions for taking medical leave or voicing their concerns. adding to the view of DeGeneres as a big jerk. There were allegations from staff that they were dismissed for taking bereavement leave and experienced pay reductions during the COVID-19 pandemic, despite DeGeneres continuing her show from the comfort of her opulent home. DeGeneres also faced backlash when she likened her quarantine life to being in jail, a comment that was seen as out of touch with the struggles many people were enduring. These allegations and the controversies regarding DeGeneres' conduct away from the camera eventually culminated in the cancellation of her show in 2022, after almost 20 years of being on air, marking a significant downfall for the once widely admired TV personality. Kindness or hypocrisy? Comment yes if you think Ellen DeGeneres' off-screen behavior contradicts her Be Kind motto, or no if you believe she's been unfairly criticized. Let's discuss. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is widely recognized as a challenging and self-centered personality in Hollywood. While he is famed for executing his own perilous stunts, Cruise has also earned a reputation as a spiteful egomaniac who is infamously hard to collaborate with. His personal life has been under constant examination, with all three of his ex-wives, Mimi Rogers, Nicole Kidman, and Katie Holmes, ending their marriages to him when they were 33 years old. This consistent pattern has sparked widespread speculation about Cruise potentially participating in some form of Scientology-related ritual or exerting control. Cruise's unpredictable behavior has attracted considerable disapproval over the years. During a notably infamous 2005 appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show, Cruise's exuberant couch-jumping and forceful embrace of Winfrey led many to perceive him as unstable. In a similar vein, allegations arose that Cruise had dragged Katie Holmes onto a stage and twisted her arm during a 2005 event, further highlighting his domineering and potentially abusive behavior. In addition to his personal actions, Cruise has also been criticized for his public statements, which include making derogatory remarks about women and fervently endorsing Scientology, the contentious religious organization he has been affiliated with for many years. His unwavering support for Scientology, which has faced accusations of abusive practices, has further solidified his image as a narcissistic and detrimental figure within the entertainment world. Kanye West. Kanye West, celebrated as a prominent rapper and producer, has frequently been labeled a narcissist and a jerk by many, owing to his unpredictable conduct and contentious remarks. A particularly memorable incident was his notorious disruption of Taylor Swift's acceptance speech at the 2009 VMAs, where he proclaimed that he was responsible for her fame. This notion was later mirrored in his song Famous, which contained the provocative lyric, "I made that bitch famous." The song led to widespread indignation and backlash, with Swift's team firmly refuting that she had given her consent for the controversial line. Throughout his professional journey, West has garnered labels such as a publicity seeker, an Uncle Tom, and a sellout. His recent anti-Semitic comments on the Drink Champs podcast have further intensified the view of him as a jerk. During the interview, West made a series of derogatory statements aimed at Jewish individuals, utilizing prevalent anti-Semitic stereotypes and conspiracy theories. West's actions have become more and more concerning and damaging, with his social media posts and interviews often featuring delusional and perilous rhetoric. Despite recognizing his bipolar disorder, he has declined to accept accountability for the repercussions of his discourse and conduct. As one of his past collaborators remarked, he has rambling thoughts spewing from a seemingly delusional state, and he's getting worse over time. His ego and complete obliviousness to his mental state are confounding. Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman, the distinguished actor celebrated for his unique voice and esteemed performances, has found himself in the midst of a disquieting scandal involving accusations of sexual harassment and misconduct. Several accounts have surfaced revealing Freeman's inappropriate actions as a poorly kept secret in Hollywood, with 8 women accusing him of indecent touching, unwelcome sexual comments, and fostering a distressing work atmosphere. A production assistant on the film Going in Style provided a detailed account of enduring harassment from Freeman over several months, which included inappropriate physical contact and indecent remarks about her looks. Echoing these experiences, a senior staff member from Now You See Me recounted Freeman's unprofessional remarks and conduct towards women in the workplace. These allegations depict a deeply concerning pattern of misconduct that was not confined to film sets but also manifested at public events, where Freeman was said to have made suggestive comments and gestures towards female journalists during promotional events. Freeman's conduct was not confined to his dealings with women. There were reports of him making crude and sexual remarks on film sets, which left onlookers astonished and uneasy. This disconcerting behavior also manifested within his own production company, Revelations Entertainment, where former staff members described incidents of Freeman's inappropriate conduct, encompassing sexual comments and advances that were not welcome. In addition, allegations of Freeman's misconduct reached the set of the critically acclaimed movie The Shawshank Redemption. It was reported that the actor had disagreements with director Frank Darabont, including a refusal to do extra takes and a disregard for the script, which led to changes in scenes and disrupted the production process. This conduct further highlights the pattern of disrespect and inconsideration for others that has been associated with Freeman. The accusations against Morgan Freeman have tarnished the image of the once highly respected and cherished actor, drawing attention to the widespread issues of power imbalances and the need for accountability in the entertainment industry. As the #MeToo movement persists in exposing such conduct, the revelations about Freeman underscore the necessity for a radical change in workplace culture and the way all individuals are treated, irrespective of their status or influence. Like this video? Great. Subscribe for more. Hate it? Well, a like would be nice anyway, and let me know what went wrong in the comments. Christian Bale. Christian Bale is recognized for his profound commitment to his art, frequently subjecting himself to radical physical changes for his roles. He has demonstrated his ability to alter his physique dramatically, as evidenced by his significant weight loss for The Machinist, where he reached a mere 121 pounds, and his muscular build for his role as Batman. However, this level of dedication has also resulted in some regrettable incidents, contributing to his image as a challenging and mercurial actor. Bale's most notorious episode of anger was captured during the production of Terminator Salvation, where he was recorded verbally assaulting a crew member. In the audio recording, Bale is heard delivering a string of expletives and threats, chastising the cinematographer for interrupting his performance with their presence. He later offered an apology for his inexcusable actions, admitting that he acted like a punk. This event is not unique, as Bale has a track record of brusque encounters with fans. There are accounts of him reducing young girls to tears by refusing to sign autographs, and he has been characterized as rude and dismissive when approached by fans. This erratic temperament, coupled with his intense method acting, has led many to regard Bale as a big jerk within the industry. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis has earned a notorious reputation for being challenging and disagreeable to work with in the film industry. Director Kevin Smith once vividly depicted his experience working with Willis on the 2010 film Cop Out as soul-crushing, and in an interview he expressed his gratitude to everyone involved except Willis, whom he described with strong language as being difficult to work with. This view has been shared by numerous others who have worked with Willis, leading to his well-known reputation for being a jerk and for not meeting expectations on set. Willis's uncooperative behavior was evident during a 2013 interview to promote the film Red. In the uncomfortable video, Willis is seen belittling an English reporter, showing a lack of interest and providing short, dismissive answers to the journalist's inquiries. This event was just one of many instances of his troublesome conduct throughout his career, which has been marked by his difficult antics for many years. Examples of Willis's unprofessionalism include his lawsuit against the producers of the 2003 film Tears of the Sun, following a minor on-set injury, and his public feud with Expendables co-star Sylvester Stallone, who criticized Willis as being greedy and lazy. Despite his significant achievements and successful career, Willis's reputation as a jerk has certainly marred his image and made him a hard and unpleasant person to work with, according to many in the industry. Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie has often been labeled as a big jerk by certain individuals, with her public image sometimes obscuring her remarkable acting accomplishments and philanthropic endeavors. A significant part of this reputation is attributed to the upheavals in her personal life, such as her marriage to Billy Bob Thornton, which sparked widespread controversy. Thornton had been in a relationship with actress Laura Dern before leaving her for Jolie, a decision that attracted considerable criticism. Jolie recognized the controversy, admitting, "I'm sure it wasn't easy for Laura Dern. I'm sure it wasn't easy for Billy Bob's family. It wasn't easy for anybody." The relationship between Jolie and her father, actor Jon Voight, has also drawn public attention. Their relationship has been notoriously strained, with Voight once suggesting that his daughter suffered from serious mental problems. Jolie has expressed her wish to maintain a distance from her father, stating, "I will only say that, like every child, my brother Jamie and I would have loved to have had a warm and loving relationship with our dad." Additionally, Jolie has been characterized as having high demands and being challenging to collaborate with by certain individuals within the industry. A director of a film that grossed $487 million remarked, "That conversation would never happen with Tom Cruise. Angelina was more difficult to work with than Tom." A former nanny also described Jolie's home environment as chaotic, with her children often resorting to profanity and exhibiting other disruptive behaviors. Despite her professional achievements and philanthropic activities, Jolie's public image has frequently been eclipsed by these unfavorable views. A commentator observed, in Jolie's case, her perceived other-womanness, her strangeness, and her bisexuality all conspire to exclude her from the narrow parameters of acceptability. In conclusion, Jolie's intricate personal life and her reputation for being demanding have played a part in her portrayal as a big jerk by some. William Shatner. William Shatner, renowned for his role as Captain James T. Kirk in the original Star Trek series, has frequently faced accusations of having a challenging personality and experiencing conflicts with his fellow actors. George Takei, who portrayed Sulu, has stated that the cast often perceived the dynamic as William Shatner versus the rest of the world. This discord was believed to have arisen from Shatner's envy of the popularity surrounding Leonard Nimoy's character Spock. Takei elaborated, "There was one character whose charisma and whose mystery was like a magnet. It was Spock, the enigmatic alien with pointed ears. That captivated the audience, and women thought I'm the one who can arouse him." His fan letters were numerous, and Leonard's were less so, and that fostered an insecurity in Shatner. The rivalry between Shatner and Nimoy is said to have persisted beyond the conclusion of the original series. Remarkably, Shatner's absence from Nimoy's funeral service in 2015 drew attention and speculation from fans and former co-stars. Shatner's engagement with fans has been inconsistent, varying from pleasant interactions to indifferent or even aggressive conduct. One fan shared an anecdote where Shatner insulted the young actor Wil Wheaton, leading to Star Trek's creator Gene Roddenberry stepping in to prompt Shatner to offer an apology. Shatner has recognized the possibility of misinterpretations, attributing some of his actions to the strains of celebrity life. He clarified, "My anxieties were never directed at Leonard per se. It was about, how was the show going to go?" However, his reputation for egoism and self-absorption has continued, with some detractors contending that his self-promotion and the use of tragic events for personal benefit have further tarnished his image. Dustin Hoffman. Dustin Hoffman's conduct during the production of Kramer vs. Kramer has been tainted by accusations of employing abusive and inappropriate acting techniques. As detailed in Michael Schulman's narrative, Hoffman put Meryl Streep through rigorous and harsh acting methods, such as striking her across the face and making thoughtless remarks regarding her late partner John Cazale, who had recently succumbed to lung cancer. These actions by Hoffman were aimed at intensifying the depth of Streep's performance, but they were viewed as mistreatment by numerous individuals on set. For example, he slapped Streep prior to a scene, resulting in a visible mark, and later made insensitive comments about Cazale's death during a scene that required Streep to display emotional vulnerability. Hoffman's conduct extended beyond his interactions with Streep. He also compelled the young Justin Henry, who portrayed Billy Kramer, to cry by telling him that he might not see the rest of the cast again. While this technique was successful in eliciting an emotional response, it exemplifies Hoffman's inclination to capitalize on the sensitivities of his co-actors to achieve the intended emotional outcome. In spite of his artistic prowess and contributions to the film industry, Dustin Hoffman's off-screen conduct has cast a shadow over his professional accomplishments. He has been confronted with several accusations of sexual misconduct from individuals with whom he collaborated, including a production assistant who recounted his inappropriate treatment on the set of Death of a Salesman. These allegations have sparked considerable unease regarding his previous actions and their repercussions on his colleagues. Jared Leto. Jared Leto has frequently been the subject of accusations regarding inappropriate and unethical conduct, with reports of sexual misconduct and assault that have persisted for many years. As an actor and musician, he is recognized for his immersive method acting strategies, which have on numerous occasions transgressed ethical limits and adversely affected those in his vicinity. Most notably, during the production of the 2016 movie Suicide Squad, Leto is said to have presented his fellow actors with an assortment of unsettling gifts in an attempt to immerse himself in the character of the Joker. The gifts comprised items such as bullets, anal beads, and used condoms, which the cast characterized as gross and weird. Margot Robbie, who portrayed Harley Quinn, mentioned that Leto sent her so many weird things that she was unable to even start enumerating them. Leto's conduct on the Suicide Squad set was also purportedly troublesome, with the actor being characterized as impolite and dismissive towards his co-actors. Adewale Akinnuoye Agbaye, who embodied the character of Killer Croc, even mentioned that there were certain items sent by Leto that he doesn't like to talk about. Extending beyond his antics on set, Leto has a protracted history marked by allegations of misconduct and inadequate treatment of women. In 2018, actor Dylan Sprouse publicly charged Leto with preying on young women, and director James Gunn has likewise voiced concerns about Leto's dubious behavior. Leto's association with the Mars Island Music Festival and allusions to a cult following have additionally intensified apprehensions regarding his treatment of fans, especially young women. Leto's recorded actions, ranging from his unsettling gifts to his purported mistreatment of women, have led many to regard him as a big jerk whose method acting has overstepped ethical boundaries and had detrimental effects on those in his company. Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill, the celebrated actor recognized for his comedic performances, has encountered a series of controversies that have marred his public reputation. In 2023, his former partner, Sarah Brady, lodged accusations against him for manipulative and emotionally abusive conduct during their relationship. Brady made public purported text messages from Hill where he insisted that she take down specific sexual images of herself from social media and restrict her social interactions with men and women who are in unstable places. A message reportedly from Hill said, "I love how your therapist thinks I suck. I literally am the best boyfriend on earth." Brady claimed that Hill utilized his therapeutic experience to control her, and she encouraged other women to devise an exit plan in the event of encountering analogous behavior from their partners. Hill's purported behavior has attracted extensive condemnation as sexist and controlling. A piece in Vogue observed, "The nature of these boundaries has sparked discussions, with some humorously suggesting they resemble a somewhat unhealthy yet self-sufficient summer scenario." The article continued that the therapeutic concept of setting boundaries can sometimes be misused to justify manipulative or misogynistic behaviors, blurring the line between personal autonomy and coercive control. This incident is not the first time Hill has encountered backlash for his conduct. In 2014, he was recorded using a derogatory term against a paparazzo, shouting, "Suck my d." Hill subsequently offered an apology for his behavior, saying, "If someone says something that wounds or enrages you, learn from my mistake. Don't retaliate with animosity or anger, as you'll only add to the world's negativity." Even with his apology and support for LGBTQ+ rights, Hill's previous actions continue to shadow him, raising questions about the authenticity of his transformation and atonement. Although Hill has demonstrated a readiness to learn from his errors, his track record of manipulative, sexist, and homophobic behavior continues to be a considerable blemish on his image. Reese Witherspoon. Reese Witherspoon, celebrated for her delightful and affable on-screen presence, has been the center of speculation suggesting a more somber aspect to her character when the cameras are off. It is said that employees working in close proximity with the actress exist in a perpetual state of apprehension, fearful of incurring her displeasure and thus striving to fulfill her every request to the best of their abilities. Witherspoon is also rumored to often keep her sunglasses on during conversations, which some interpret as a tactic to evade direct eye contact with others. The actress's concerning actions reached a critical point in 2013 when she was apprehended for disorderly conduct in Atlanta. This incident occurred after her husband, Jim Toth, was detained on suspicion of driving while intoxicated. Contrary to the officer's directive for her to remain in the vehicle, Witherspoon chose to intervene. She is said to have questioned the law enforcement officer's authority and even resorted to leveraging her fame, with reports indicating she told him, "Do you know my name? You're about to find out who I am." The incident, captured on video, rapidly spread across the internet, tarnishing Witherspoon's meticulously crafted public image. Following her arrest, Witherspoon offered a public apology, admitting to her deeply embarrassing behavior and expressing remorse for her disrespectful treatment of the police. Yet, the damage had already been inflicted, leading numerous fans and critics to wonder if the actress's endearing and delightful on-screen persona was merely a facade. Despite her efforts to put the scandal behind her, the 2013 arrest continues to cast a shadow over Witherspoon. Jennifer Lopez, a versatile performer celebrated for her accomplishments in music, film, and fashion, has over time garnered a reputation for being impolite, unrefined, and challenging to collaborate with. Her conduct off-screen frequently stands in contrast to her public image as a gifted and triumphant artist. A celebrity stylist has indicated that Lopez is among the most difficult celebrities to work with, in the same category as Katherine Heigl. Rosie Perez, who collaborated with Lopez at the start of her career, depicted her as screaming and pounding her chest when she sensed she was being dealt with unjustly. A behind-the-scenes source revealed that Cameron Diaz was very frustrated by Lopez's demanding nature during the production of What to Expect When You're Expecting. Lopez has openly disparaged other female celebrities, such as referring to Cameron Diaz as lucky and Gwyneth Paltrow as forgettable. She has also been known to make life hard for co-stars, crew members, and even the general public. One account alleged that Lopez caused a hotel maid to be dismissed for requesting an autograph. Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase has earned a reputation as one of the most challenging and disagreeable figures in Hollywood. This comedy icon, recognized for his roles in classic films such as the National Lampoon's Vacation series and Fletch, has a documented history of making tactless remarks and exhibiting erratic behavior, which has distanced numerous colleagues throughout his career. In the 1970s, while a part of the groundbreaking sketch comedy show Saturday Night Live, Chase nearly had a physical confrontation with castmate Bill Murray. The two were said to have been on the brink of a fight that was only averted by the timely intervention of John Belushi. Reflecting on the incident, Chase commented, "Billy Murray and I came to fisticuffs, but we never really ended up hitting each other. We tried, but Belushi got in the middle and we both ended up hitting John." Chase's tenure on the television show Community during the 2010 S was also characterized by disputes and inappropriate conduct. His time on the show culminated in his dismissal in 2013 following allegations that he used a racial slur against co-star Donald Glover. Glover later depicted Chase as fighting time and almost too human. Dan Harmon, the former showrunner of Community, also suggested that Chase's behavior may have been fueled by envy of Glover's abilities. Chase's offset behavior has similarly drawn criticism, with accusations of him making indecent comments to female writers and displaying an overall lack of sensitivity and a difficult demeanor. In a recent interview, the actor himself candidly remarked, "I guess you'd have to ask them. I don't give a crap. I am who I am, and I like who I am. I don't care." Given his status as one of the most unpopular personalities in the industry, Chevy Chase's standing as a comedic legend is undeniably overshadowed by his infamous conduct and apparent lack of regret. Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard, recognized for his portrayal of Luscious Lion on the popular TV series Empire, has a protracted history of disputes and erratic conduct that often resembles his television character. The actor has been the subject of several domestic violence accusations, including a 2001 event where he was said to have struck his first wife, Lori McComas, in the presence of their children. Howard confessed to Rolling Stone magazine, "She was talking to me real strong and I lost my mind and slapped her in front of the kids." His second wife, Michelle Gent, also lodged allegations of severe physical abuse against Howard during their time in Costa Rica in 2013. Howard's present spouse, Mira Pack, has voiced her concerns about his unpredictable behavior, stating, "I feel like Rapunzel, stuck in a penthouse with my baby." Howard's contentious actions are not confined to his personal affairs. He experienced conflicts with the producers on the set of Iron Man 2, which resulted in his removal from the series. Instead of accepting responsibility, Howard placed blame on Robert Downey Jr., asserting that he was replaced because Downey did not reciprocate his support. Howard recounted, "I called Robbie and was like, 'Look, man,' leaving messages with his assistants, called him at least 17 times that day and 21 the next, and finally left a message saying, 'Look, man, I need the help that I gave you.' Never heard from him. And guess who got the millions I was supposed to get? Spike Lee. Spike Lee, the celebrated filmmaker, frequently faces criticism for his unprofessional demeanor and discourteous actions towards both admirers and peers. A particularly memorable event took place during a university lecture, where Lee unexpectedly concluded the session early and displayed a dismissive attitude during the Q&A that followed. A student who was present described the situation saying, "He just seemed irritated and uninterested in engaging with us. It was really disappointing, especially since we were all excited to hear from him." Lee's conduct has also been scrutinized at prestigious award events. In 2019, when his movie BlacKkKlansman was not awarded the Academy Award for Best Picture, Lee was observed leaving the ceremony abruptly, an act perceived as petty. A commentator remarked, "His reaction overshadowed the actual award and just came across as ungracious, even if he was disappointed." Such occurrences have resulted in a perception of Lee as a big jerk, with his talent and creative successes often being eclipsed by his controversial behavior. A critic opined, "Spike Lee is undoubtedly a gifted filmmaker, but his constant need to stir up controversy and act out in public settings is really off-putting. It's a shame that his work is sometimes overshadowed by his own petty actions." Toby Maguire. Toby Maguire has garnered a less-than-ideal reputation in Hollywood, being perceived as challenging and disagreeable to collaborate with. It is suggested that Maguire has a pattern of ill-treating individuals with a particular tendency towards those in service positions. A notable occurrence involved Maguire supposedly daring a cocktail waitress to mimic a seal's bark as a condition for receiving a $1,000 tip, a demand she ultimately declined. A casting director has depicted Maguire as a monster when on set, indicating a disruptive presence. There are also accounts of Maguire expecting to be referred to by the nicknames Tugboat Maguire or Tugboat Toby, which showcases an unusual and demanding temperament. Furthermore, Maguire is reputed to be unwelcoming towards members of the press and his admirers, with incidents of confrontations with paparazzi surfacing. Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe has garnered a reputation as a challenging and conceited actor throughout his career. His demanding conduct on set was so notorious that he was on the verge of abandoning the production of the renowned film Gladiator due to his strong disapproval of the initial script, which he labeled as absolute rubbish. Even after the film's massive success and his acclaimed Oscar-winning performance, Crowe has continued to express criticism towards the film's famous vengeance line, derogatorily referring to it as. Crowe's disrespectful behavior is not limited to his interactions with the scripts and productions he is involved in, but also extends to his dealings with fellow actors. Actress Rebel Wilson once shared an anecdote where Crowe brusquely dismissed her with an offensive remark when she attempted to greet him at an event. Furthermore, Crowe has openly disparaged other esteemed actors, such as Robert De Niro, George Clooney, and Harrison Ford for their participation in commercial advertisements, implying a condescending attitude towards their choice to engage in such work. Crowe's arrogance and disregard for his peers in the industry have reinforced his image as a big jerk in Hollywood. There you have it, folks, 20 celebrities whose off-screen personas might just surprise you. But hey, We're all human, right? Let's hear your thoughts. Do you think fame changes people? Or is it just the spotlight that reveals their true colors? Comment "OK" if you enjoyed this deep dive into the not-so-nice side of fame. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to stay tuned for more iconic inside scoops. Let's keep the conversation going. These celebs hid their black heritage until now. Prepare to be amazed. Some of the biggest names in Hollywood have a secret. They're part of a vibrant, diverse heritage that you'd never guess. Get ready to rethink everything you thought you knew about these stars who will surprise you. Stay tuned to find out. Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey, an acclaimed pop singer, is famous for her remarkable 5-octave voice, which has captivated fans across the globe. Her path to fame has been influenced by her mixed heritage. Her father, Alfred Roy, had roots in both African American and Venezuelan communities, and her mother, Patricia, was Irish. These diverse cultural influences have played a significant role in defining Carey's personal experiences and sense of self. Throughout her upbringing in areas predominantly inhabited by white individuals, Carey faced challenges with her racial identity. She often felt disconnected from both the white and black communities, which left her feeling out of place. Carey has expressed that there is a whole other side of me that makes me who I am and makes people uncomfortable. She noted that her father was readily recognized as a black man, but she often faced questions about her own racial identity. This led to her being incorrectly categorized as a white soul singer in the early stages of her career, a mislabeling that was a source of irritation for her. Mariah Carey's experiences with her racial identity were further complicated by her first marriage to Toby Maguire, who seemed to prefer keeping her heritage unclear. This approach, according to Carey, was a strategy to manage her public image and potentially broaden her appeal to a predominantly white demographic. However, Carey has since been candid about her biracial upbringing in her autobiography, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, where she discusses the difficulties of dealing with her mixed hair type and how it affected her self-esteem. In the present, Carey proudly wears her natural hair and champions the cause of mixed-race people. She uses her influence to question the rigidity of racial classifications and to teach her children, Moroccan and Monroe, about the depth and richness of their ancestry. Carey has stated, "I understand people want to hold on to their roots, but she herself felt a complete non-entity because of it." She suggests that this struggle might have fueled her determination to gain recognition and acceptance. Clark Gable. Clark Gable, hailed as the king of Hollywood during cinema's golden age, was a pioneering actor who broke down racial barriers and advocated for equality, both in his movies and in his personal life. Despite Hollywood's efforts to obscure his ancestry, Gable was rumored to have a diverse heritage, with possible black and Native American lineage. Gable was unapologetic about his heritage and openly opposed racial discrimination. A notable example is his stance against the segregation policies of the time. He was so committed to equality that he once threatened to boycott the premiere of Gone with the Wind in Atlanta, Georgia, because African-American cast members Hattie McDaniel and Butterfly McQueen were not allowed to attend. Gable only agreed to attend the premiere after McDaniel personally asked him to, and they formed a lasting friendship. Gable's dedication to fairness did not stop at the premiere. He also advocated for integrated facilities on set and equal treatment for everyone involved in the production process. His strong position was particularly significant considering the obstacles he faced in Hollywood due to his unique appearance, which initially hindered his acting career. Gable's actions and beliefs were a testament to his character and his refusal to let racial discrimination dictate the opportunities and treatment of those in the industry. Despite the early challenges he faced, Clark Gable's determination led to his rise as a major box office draw, with roles in classic films like It Happened One Night and the iconic Gone with the Wind. His compelling performances and magnetic screen presence established him as a genuine Hollywood legend. Gable's influence wasn't limited to his acting achievements. His legacy also includes his military service in the Army Air Force during World War II. Even in the military, Gable was a force for change, continuing to challenge racial divisions and push for equal treatment for all. His unwavering dedication to fairness and his steadfast adherence to his principles have made him a figure who not only shaped the entertainment industry, but also left a lasting impact on society as a whole. Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel, recognized as one of Hollywood's top-earning actors, is celebrated for his dynamic action roles and engaging performances. His ethnic background is a blend of diverse cultures, including Black, Native American, German, and Irish, which he openly embraces. This multifaceted heritage is indicative of a broader transformation in American perspectives on race and identity, as Diesel's roles often transcend conventional racial classifications. In 1995, Diesel produced the short film Multifacial, which he wrote, directed, and starred in, to shed light on the challenges faced by actors with mixed ethnicities in Hollywood. The film was acknowledged at the prestigious Cannes Festival and caught the eye of renowned director Steven Spielberg. This led to Diesel's casting in Spielberg's 1998 film Saving Private Ryan. Diesel's production company, One Race, established in 1995, champions diversity and has been behind several of Diesel's successful films. The company has released 15 feature films starring Diesel, which have collectively earned over $3 billion globally. Diesel frequently takes on roles where the character's race is not clearly outlined, thus reflecting a post-racial ideal in his acting. In an interview, Diesel affirmed his identity, saying, "I'm definitely a person of color. I never met my biological father. The man who raised me was a black man, and he made me who I am and taught me who I am." Diesel's journey in Hollywood exemplifies the industry's progressive approach to race and identity, showcasing a new wave of actors who challenge the traditional racial paradigm and proudly celebrate their multi-ethnic roots. Does Vin Diesel's approach to race and identity in his roles inspire a more inclusive Hollywood? Share your thoughts and comment yes if you agree or no if you disagree. Carol Channing. Carol Channing, an acclaimed Broadway legend, is most recognized for her unforgettable portrayal of Dolly Levi in Hello, Dolly. It was later in her life that it was discovered she had African-American ancestry, a fact she herself did not learn until the age of 16, when her mother revealed it to her. In her 2002 autobiography, Just Lucky, I Guess, Channing was transparent about her family's mixed heritage, which included African-American and German roots from her father's side and a German-Jewish background from her mother. She expressed a sense of pride in her rich genetic diversity, humorously noting, "Gee, I got the greatest genes in show business." However, Channing also reflected on the societal pressures she faced to pass as white in the entertainment industry. She acknowledged the challenges of potentially being typecast and the impact that her racial identity could have had on her career prospects at the time. Despite these challenges, Channing's talent and charisma shone through, cementing her status as a beloved figure in the world of theater and beyond. Throughout much of her career, Carol Channing chose to keep her racial identity out of the public eye, yet she rose to become an adored and celebrated figure in the performing arts. She was a versatile artist, known for her acting, singing, comedy, and dancing skills. Her career was marked by numerous television appearances, including on popular shows such as Sesame Street, The Muppet Show, and The Love Boat. Remarkably, she even campaigned with the iconic Louis Armstrong for President Kennedy. Channing's journey underscores the intricate dynamics of racial identity within the entertainment industry, where individuals often had to hide their ethnic backgrounds to conform to societal expectations. Her decision to later in life openly embrace and share her African-American heritage reflects her growing confidence and the shifting societal attitudes towards embracing diversity in the arts. J. Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover, who served as the director of the FBI for almost 50 years, was a controversial figure known for his aggressive methods, political machinations, and overt racism. Despite being seen by some as a law enforcement hero, Hoover's actions, particularly his resistance to the civil rights movement, have cast a shadow over his legacy. There have been ongoing rumors about Hoover's possible African-American heritage, but these have never been substantiated. While his official lineage is recorded as white, there are inconsistencies that have led to speculation. The late registration of his birth certificate, filed after his mother passed away in 1938, adds to the enigma of his ancestry. This speculation has led some to theorize about Hoover's fervent opposition to the civil rights movement. He is known to have targeted key civil rights figures, such as Marcus Garvey in the 1920s and Martin Luther King Jr. in the 1950s and 1960s, using surveillance and intimidation to undermine their efforts. As the leader of the Bureau of Investigation, which later became the FBI, Hoover introduced significant advancements in police technology. However, he also accumulated an excessive amount of power, often breaching both FBI protocols and the law. Hoover was notorious for using illegal surveillance, wiretapping, and break-ins to gather information, and he did not hesitate to intimidate political figures, even those in high positions. Despite the controversy surrounding his tenure, Hoover's time as FBI director extended over 8 presidential terms, from Calvin Coolidge to Richard Nixon. His life and actions continue to be a subject of intense examination, with new research exploring his relationship with white evangelicals and the lasting influence of his practices on the culture of the FBI. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is an exceptional, multi-talented individual, celebrated as a wrestling icon and a prominent figure in Hollywood. Despite his widespread recognition and achievements, he has consistently maintained a down-to-earth demeanor and proudly acknowledges his mixed heritage. His wrestling journey was deeply influenced by his family's history in the sport, with his father Rocky Johnson and grandfather Peter Maivia both being accomplished wrestlers. At the start of his wrestling career, Johnson encountered difficulties in winning over the audience with his Rocky Maivia persona. It was only after he transformed into the assertive and captivating The Rock that he achieved significant success. This new persona allowed him to engage in prominent rivalries and secure numerous championship titles. Johnson's move to acting has been no less remarkable, with him featuring in major film franchises such as Fast and the Furious and Jumanji. Nevertheless, his path has been marked by obstacles. He's been candid about the discrimination he encountered during his upbringing, which included facing racial prejudice and being misidentified due to his looks. Johnson's story is a testament to resilience and the power of reinvention. His openness about his personal experiences and his commitment to breaking down barriers in both the wrestling and film industries have made him an influential figure, admired for both his talent and his character. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has spoken candidly about his experiences growing up, recalling how people would dismiss him as just a half-breed, neither fully Samoan nor fully black. He grappled with finding his place in the world, a common challenge for individuals of mixed heritage. Johnson's narrative underscores the intricacies and successes of navigating a biracial identity, showcasing his tenacity and resolve. Even with his remarkable achievements, Johnson stays connected to his roots and is approachable, leveraging his influence to motivate others and honor his varied ancestry. He has expressed his pride in his Samoan and black heritage, saying, "I'm very proud to be a Samoan and a black man." Johnson actively embraces both his Polynesian and black cultures. Loving this content? Show your support with a like and a subscribe. Not impressed? A like would still be nice, and your feedback in the comments will help me create better content next time. Rashida Jones. Rashida Jones is a celebrated actress, recognized for her performances in hit TV series such as Parks and Recreation and The Office. Her background, being the child of music mogul Quincy Jones and actress Peggy Lipton, adds intriguing dimensions to her personal narrative that are not widely known. Raised in Bel Air, Los Angeles, Jones grew up experiencing a fusion of black and Jewish traditions. Quincy Jones, her father, is of African American heritage, while her mother, Peggy Lipton, had Ashkenazi Jewish roots. Jones has noted that her parents' interracial union in the 1970s was still not that acceptable, but they managed to foster a utopian enclave with other families of mixed heritage. In terms of her upbringing, Jones was brought up in the Jewish faith by her mother, participating in Hebrew school and observing Jewish holidays such as Passover and Yom Kippur. We always went to Seder for Passover. I really liked the cultural and the familial side of Judaism. It was always the most comfortable place for me, making time for family and community, she has expressed. Simultaneously, Jones also embraced her black heritage, as evidenced by her involvement with the Black Student Association at Harvard University, where she pursued a major in religious studies. Rashida Jones continued to delve into various belief systems during her time at Harvard, where she wrote a thesis on 11th century Indian philosophy. She has expressed her fascination with religion, noting its power to unite people. "Religion is so fascinating in its ability to bring people together," she has said. Jones's curiosity about diverse cultures was further ignited by her involvement in the television series Who Do You Think You Are? This show helped her uncover her family's history, including her Jewish ancestors in Latvia. Her narrative underscores the richness and intricacy of having a multicultural identity. Jones has acknowledged the rarity of her existence as a Black Jew in the contemporary world, describing it as a miracle. She cherishes her heritage and is grateful for the opportunities she has had to succeed and thrive. Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle's journey with her racial and personal identity has been intricate and layered. Throughout her upbringing, she recognized herself as a mixed-race individual, but the public's intense focus on her race only became prominent when her relationship with Prince Harry came to light. Markle has shared, "It's very different to be a minority but not be treated as a minority off the bat. Obviously now people are very aware of my race because they made it such an issue when I went to the UK. Before that, most people didn't treat me like a black woman, so that talk didn't have to happen for me as a child." This change in how her race was perceived was a disconcerting adjustment for Markle, who was not typically seen through the perspective of her racial background until her move to the UK. The increased attention on her racial identity has prompted significant discussions about the difficulties that biracial individuals often encounter, as they may struggle to navigate between different cultural identities and seek a place where they feel they belong. Markle has articulated this struggle, saying, "Just as black and white, when mixed, make grey, in many ways, that's what it did to my self-identity. It created a murky area of who I was, a haze around how people connected with me. I was grey, and who wants to be this indifferent colour, devoid of depth and stuck in the middle?" Markle's experiences have shed light on the complexities of racial identity and the need for a more nuanced understanding of the experiences of those who identify as mixed race. Her openness about her personal journey has contributed to a broader dialogue about race identity and the quest for acceptance and understanding in a diverse world. Meghan Markle's journey has underscored the challenges that biracial individuals often face, including the societal pressures to align with one racial identity or to meet certain expectations. Her story has brought attention to the significance of representation, particularly the value of seeing individuals who reflect one's own racial and ethnic background in influential roles. Markle's mother had cautioned her about the racial scrutiny she might encounter, which was evident in the media's focus on her heritage, exemplified by headlines such as "Almost Straight Outta Compton." These experiences have underscored the scrutiny and criticism that can be centered on race. By being candid about her own journey, Markle has initiated vital discussions on race, identity, and how the media portrays individuals from diverse backgrounds. Her narrative has resonated with many who identify as biracial and who have grappled with similar issues in defining and expressing their racial identity. Meghan Markle's journey sheds light on the complexities of race and identity. Share your thoughts on her experience and rate the impact of her story on representation on a scale of 0-5, with 0 being minimal impact and 5 being significant. Comment below. Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter, renowned as a legendary shortstop for the New York Yankees, holds a prominent place in the annals of baseball. Yet his journey to legendary status was fraught with obstacles. Jeter has been open about the struggles he encountered growing up as a biracial individual in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where he was exposed to both subtle and overt forms of racism. Jeter's parents, Charles and Dorothy, first met and fell in love while serving in the U.S. military in Germany in 1972. Upon their return to the United States, their interracial relationship was met with disapproval. Despite these challenges, they worked hard to shield their children from the discrimination they faced, instilling in them the importance of hard work and determination. However, Jeter was still aware of the racial bias that surrounded him, noting, "From a young age, I would have many individuals staring at me." As Jeter grew older and began his professional baseball career, the racism he experienced became more overt. During a visit to Kalamazoo after a period with the Greensboro Hornets, Jeter was confronted with a racial slur by a stranger as he left a local Taco Bell with a friend. The incident left a deep impact on him, as he recalled, "I recall feeling deeply wounded by that. I was so proud to be back in Kalamazoo, finally achieving my dream, getting drafted, and then you realize this is a harsh reality check." Jeter's experiences highlight the challenges that many biracial individuals face as they navigate societal expectations and prejudices. His story underscores the importance of resilience and determination in overcoming adversity and achieving success, both on and off the baseball field. Even in the face of adversity, Derek Jeter never allowed it to hinder his pursuit of success. His determination and unwavering focus, instilled in him by his parents, enabled him to overcome the challenges he encountered. Buck Showalter, Jeter's manager with the Yankees, praised the strength of Jeter's parents, saying, "I was struck by how strong his parents were, and the resilience they must have had in an interracial marriage." Showalter also acknowledged the many challenges players face in the major leagues, especially in New York City, and believed that Jeter's upbringing would enable him to rise above these challenges. Tom Jones. Tom Jones, the esteemed Welsh vocalist famous for his timeless tracks such as It's Not Unusual, has often found himself at the center of discussions about his possible African heritage. The septuagenarian performer has shown interest in taking a DNA test to discover more about his ancestral roots, a curiosity piqued by a lifetime of experiences where people have presumed he was passing as white. Jones has shared anecdotes of numerous instances, especially in the United States, where people's reactions to his powerful, soulful voice led them to be taken aback when they found out he was white. "A lot of people still think I'm black," he stated in a recent interview. "When I first came to America, people who had heard me sing on the radio would be surprised that I was white when they saw me." This misconception has continued over the years, with Jones mentioning that because of my hair, a lot of black people still tell me I'm just passing as white. This ongoing assumption about his racial background has prompted Jones to consider a deeper exploration of his heritage, potentially shedding light on the origins of the unique qualities that have contributed to his enduring success in the music industry. The curiosity about Tom Jones's heritage is further piqued by an intriguing detail regarding his mother, Frida. Jones has recounted that following his birth, his mother experienced big dark patches all over her body, which led to inquiries about the possibility of her having any black blood. Although Frida herself was uncertain, this story has added to the speculation about Jones's potential African ancestry. Despite the ongoing rumors, Jones has yet to take the DNA test that he has mentioned an interest in taking. Nevertheless, his narrative has ignited more extensive dialogues about the nature of identity, heritage, and the significant impact of African American culture on the music industry. The intrigue surrounding Jones's racial background mirrors a broader societal interest in the fluidity of racial lines and the intricate relationship between appearance, talent, and the perception of identity. Wentworth Miller. Wentworth Miller, recognized for his portrayal of Michael Scofield in the acclaimed TV show Prison Break, is a skilled actor and scriptwriter with a rich ethnic heritage. He was born in Chipping Norton, Oxfordshire, England, to parents who are American by nationality. His father's lineage includes African American, Jamaican, German, and English ancestry, while his mother's side of the family has Russian, French, Dutch, Syrian, and Lebanese roots. During an interview with GQ Germany, Miller discussed his distinctive racial identity, stating, "My father is black and my mother is white. Therefore, I could answer to either, which kind of makes me a racial lone ranger at times caught between two communities." Although he was born in England, Miller relocated to Brooklyn, New York at the tender age of 1 and has consistently identified as an American. Miller's foray into acting began in the early 2000s, with appearances in movies such as Underworld and The Loft. However, his significant breakthrough arrived in 2005 when he was cast as the protagonist in Prison Break. For his role in the series, Miller was nominated for a Golden Globe in the category of Best Actor in a Television Series Drama. Beyond his acting endeavors, Wentworth Miller has also demonstrated his prowess as a screenwriter. he ventured into screenwriting with the 2013 thriller Stoker, for which he used the pseudonym Ted Fulk. Miller explained his choice to write under a pen name, stating, "That wasn't about protecting my identity. I just wanted the scripts to sink or swim on their own." Miller has been candid about his personal battles with mental health. In 2013, he publicly came out as gay in a letter on GLAAD's website, where he also opened up about his past struggles with depression and thoughts of suicide. Following this revelation, Miller has taken on the role of an advocate, championing mental health and LGBTQ+ rights. Maya Rudolph is a celebrated actress and comedian who embraces her biracial background, born to a black mother and a white father. Her mother, the famed singer Minnie Riperton, was African American, and her father, Richard Rudolph, is a composer of Caucasian descent. Rudolph has been transparent about how her mixed heritage has influenced both her personal identity and professional choices. She has shared her experiences in interviews, noting the absence of mixed-race role models during her formative years. She said, "I didn't feel like I had a plethora of mixed role models. I fell in love with Lisa Bonet because I was like, I know she's mixed. That girl's mixed and she's so beautiful. My little brain, my little radar was like, I sense something, she's one of us, I'm one of her." Her African-American heritage has also played a role in the characters she chooses to portray, especially her well-received impersonation of Kamala Harris on Saturday Night Live. Speaking about the importance of this role, Rudolph expressed, "I'm so honored to play her because she's a woman of color, and I'm a woman of color, and it's really meaningful to me to be able to represent that on a national stage." Rudolph's openness about her heritage and her commitment to representing diverse experiences on screen have made her a respected figure in the entertainment industry, admired for her talent and her advocacy for inclusivity. In addition to her on-screen work, Maya Rudolph actively uses her influence to advocate for and celebrate the Black community. She has participated in numerous initiatives aimed at fostering diversity and inclusion within the entertainment industry, and has been vocal about the significance of representation for people of color. During an interview, Rudolph highlighted the importance of diverse storytelling, stating, "I think it's so important that we see stories that reflect the world that we live in, and that we see people of color in positions of power and in positions of leadership, and that we see that reflected in the media that we consume." Tracee Ellis Ross. Tracee Ellis Ross's life and career have been profoundly shaped by her rich and varied heritage. As the child of iconic Motown singer Diana Ross and music manager Robert Ellis Silverstein, Tracee was immersed in the world of entertainment from an early age. Throughout her upbringing, Tracee and her siblings were raised in a supportive environment where their mother placed a strong emphasis on family, even amidst her busy professional life. Tracee has recalled her mother's words, "I'm not raising my children to raise my children," highlighting Diana's commitment to being actively involved in her children's lives. This dedication to family is a value that Tracee continues to cherish, as evidenced by her close relationships with her 4 siblings, Rhonda, Chudney, Ross, and Evan. Tracee's identity is further enriched by her African American and Jewish ancestry. She has spoken about her unique background, stating, "My father is Jewish, and my mother is African American and a Baptist." This dual heritage has played a significant role in her professional work, especially in her portrayal of Dr. Rainbow Bo Johnson on the popular series Blackish. The show, which delves into themes of race and identity, has been a significant platform for Tracee, who has expressed her deep appreciation for being part of such a groundbreaking series, saying, "Blackish was definitely the beginning of something, and I just feel so honored to be a part of it." Tracee Ellis Ross's journey is a testament to the power of embracing one's heritage and using it as a source of inspiration and connection, both personally and professionally. Tracee Ellis Ross's personal journey, including her distinctive appearance, which includes a minor case of ptosis, a condition characterized by a drooping eyelid, has been instrumental in molding her worldview. In response to online detractors who ridiculed her eyes, Tracee Ellis Ross issued a bold retort stating, "I know you'll make fun of my eyes, you know what I mean? Well, because it's not my fault, all right? My body does what it does, I don't know why." This display of self-assurance and acceptance of her physical traits has positioned Tracee as an influential role model admired both in her acting roles and in her personal life. Her multifaceted heritage, robust familial connections, and steadfast self-assuredness have been pivotal in propelling her to the heights of success as a celebrated actress, producer, and businesswoman. Tracy's pioneering efforts in the realm of television, along with her passionate advocacy for diversity and inclusivity in the entertainment sphere, have solidified her reputation as a distinguished figure in the industry. Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick was born in 1987 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to Heidi Russo, a white American mother, and an African-American father with Ghanaian, Nigerian, and Ivorian roots, whose identity remains undisclosed. At the age of 5 weeks, Russo made the decision to put Kaepernick up for adoption. He was then welcomed into the family of Rick and Teresa Kaepernick, a white couple. The couple, who already had a son named Kyle and a daughter named Devon, had previously lost 2 sons to heart defects and chose to adopt another child. Kaepernick's formative years were significantly influenced by his experiences as a biracial individual growing up in a white family. When he was 4, the family relocated to California, and as Kaepernick matured, he started to form his own sense of identity and comprehend his position within society. He has stated, "As I got older, my identity developed and my place in society and my understanding of that developed." Throughout his upbringing, Kaepernick was always candid about his adoption and his racial background. His adoptive mother, Teresa Kaepernick, spoke to the New York Times in 2010, saying, "We've always been really open about the adoption, and we were always very open about the skin colors. We pointed it out as a positive, and he saw his difference and was comfortable with it." This openness and acceptance of his unique heritage have played a role in shaping Kaepernick's worldview and his activism, as he has used his platform to advocate for social justice and racial equality. Discovering the rich tapestry of racial and cultural identities among our favorite celebrities is always a fascinating journey. From Mariah Carey's 5-octave range to Colin Kaepernick's powerful activism, their stories inspire us to embrace our own unique heritages. Who among these icons resonates with you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more iconic inside moments. Let's keep the conversation going and celebrate the diversity that makes us all iconic.